Hey everyone, welcome to the Show Boys podcast. I'm Pixel Nick and this is Chadwick the Third, and we are back with episode 3 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Chad, how's it going?
It's going, man. It's going great. We survived the snowmageddon over here.
That's right. No temperatures above freezing, so
Yeah,
all the snow has just remained as it was
yeah,
2 weeks
it's
ago.
funny. Yeah, it's funny because so I live on a corner lot. The corner of my yard is where all the kids get picked up on the bus in the morning.
So you throw some balls at them?
It's a travesty over in that corner, like Mount Everest level of height for these kids to try to climb over, right? So I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna snow blow it today. So I spent like an hour just going, letting it collapse on itself, and I got through it pretty easily, actually, with little to no effort. But it was daunting looking at it.
Yeah,
I should have taken a before and after picture because it was like taller than me, the mound.
Did you just do like a channel?
I just gave him a channel. Yeah, I just gave him a channel where the sidewalk is, just enough to get to the bus.
Yeah, it's dense and hasn't moved.
No.
It's wild, but that's okay. It has to happen sometimes. I feel like the last time this happened was 22 maybe.
Well, it seems like it happens every year according to the weathermen. Like there's always this big, and they're always wrong. Yeah. So this is the first time that I can remember in years that it actually happened, and it wasn't like an inch of snow.
I mean, I think this is the first time in a long time it's been this cold for that long.
Oh, yeah.
After a big snow like that, so it's just like a wonderland nonstop.
Yeah.
Sun doesn't make any difference. It's still
no
9 degrees.
Whatsoever. Yeah.
No cares. No. Winter has come upon us. So episode 3 here. I'm doing good with the length, like 30 minutes. I think this is our shortest one, but they pack it in there, and because we really have not left the tourney grounds, not really much reason to travel about the world.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I've been really digging the lengths, to be honest with you. I think they're perfect. It gives it that kind of like I keep hammering that like bedtime story vibe. You know what I mean? Just this quick little episode. If this was Game of Thrones, I'd have been pissed if it was this short. But for whatever reason, it works here really well, actually.
Well, I mean, I would say it's because like Game of Thrones, you feel a good episode. Obviously, this is variable, but like a good like just mid-season episode has like 4 main plots and scenes happening. So like Game of Thrones, if they just spent 30 minutes and hit like 1 or 2 scenes, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas like this, like we're following the same 2 people, and we get a few like cut off scenes to other things going on, but I think most of the time we're with Dunk or Egg the whole time, right?
Yeah, the entire time. Yeah, I think so I did a little bit of research, spoiler-free research on this story, which led me kind of down a little rabbit hole because I know nothing about the books. Obviously, we talked about that. We haven't read the books, but apparently the books go until they are like very old men.
Yeah.
Which I was not aware of. So the showrunner said in an interview, which I don't like this idea. Let me get that out before I even say it. But he said he would like to do 4 seasons, pause for 10 years, do 4 seasons, pause for an additional 10 years, and then do 4 more seasons to finish it off. That way the actors kind of aged along with the show. Risky, weird,
but you could probably get away with different actors with that much time jump at the same time.
And that would be. I mean, there's no show that's even come close to that. So that's quite a like. I don't even know where he got that idea at.
You know fresh idea.
Like, I feel like you just put some makeup on them, or maybe get older actors.
Yeah, it's funny. he has that idea when House of the Dragon's doing the exact opposite.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
jumped
right.
10 years
Yeah.
within a season.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, the
He's like, how
exact
about we do
opposite.
that, but for real
Yeah.
in years?
But I didn't know, I didn't know, that it went till they were like old,
Yeah,
dying men.
someone posting about that idea. I didn't really think about it too hard, but I was like, well, that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but I
I
guess,
like
yeah,
the
if that's where
idea.
that comes from, if that's how the books are kind of written, which is
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, if this is 3 or 4 season, it's a long series.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be, I don't get it. Like we'd be what, 60 by the
Yeah,
time it
dude, we'd be
finishes.
old. Yeah, we'd be doing companion series 70 years old.
Finally finished it.
Finally finished. We'd be old men just like them, man. We'd be growing up with them. It'd be
Yeah,
perfect.
basically. Um, yeah, and what was the other thing I was gonna say about? Oh, like I always talk about this, but I when you're in like spoiler free like content like this in terms of like where, and I say spoiler free in terms of like spoilers don't spoil the show too much, right? Because even though we'd already pieced together and we're really sure, right, that, or I mean, no, we knew for sure, right, that Egg was, that was his brother that was entering the tourney, right, and it was fair guesstimation that that was his drunk brother at the inn. So in this episode, when at the ending, it's still shocking. I was shocked that they pulled that card this early in the series, right? I would figure that would be like a season finale, like kind of thing
Hmm.
or something, but like episode 3. So it's like it's still fresh and surprising, the way like things come together. So it's like, again, like I don't know, I really like, maybe this is because I'm um like all, I guess, all the big fantasies like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, like you kind of know like the beginning and ends, but it's filling in the story that is just like the journey. And like
Yeah.
I just like it so much, whereas like other IPs, like spoilers can really destroy it. Like Marvel left everything to spoilers, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Give or
yeah.
take, right? There's people that knew a lot about Marvel, but like they're still able to bake those things in there.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that I mean, we know spoilers about House of the Dragon, you know what I mean? And we're still really enjoying that show.
yeah.
That's why I think like I've talked about, I think Robert's Rebellion would be such a compelling show because yes, we know the big story beats, but really outside of a few things, we haven't seen them.
Right.
And there's a lot you could fill in the gaps there. You can make a probably 6 season, four season show on Robert's Rebellion, and it would all still be fresh because yes, we know everything that happens, right? And we got like flashbacks and stuff, but it's the journey of getting there, like you said, that it's fine. And really, they were hinting at this. Like I find it a little concerning if anybody watched this episode and was like totally blown away that
Right.
that this was the missing kid, right? Because they've just been dropping it so heavily throughout the show. Like he clearly shaved his head. The guy that's with him is clearly paying with a Targaryen coin in the first scene or the first episode. So there's a lot. I mean, they were dropping a lot of hints. They were dropping a lot of hints in this episode as well.
Yes.
Heavy hints in this episode, which I thought was interesting.
But like they're not even hints, because like it's just kind of given that that's part of the story, and that it's just when they choose to play that card, right? Like, and that's probably how it happens in the book, sure, but like it's still surprising, and it's fun for like episode 3, and you kind of get like a big reveal like that out of the way, and it just helps move the story along too, because it would suck if they waited till episode 7, 8, 9, however many there are, to like reveal that. That's when you kind of feel like you're just dragging through an episode, through a series.
Yeah.
So yeah, how was this episode?
Yeah, I loved it, dude. Just I'm really vibing with the show. I love everything about it. The score is just hits so good, dude. So good. And for a new score, you know what I mean? We love the Game of Thrones opener. And
When Egg's walking through the forest at the beginning, like taking the horse out to train, I assume train to like joust, like run. Like the music that was playing, like when he's just kind of like walking along.
Yeah.
It's just a nice little tune.
It's so good. And it's just yeah, dude, it's just like chill vibes watching this show so far. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
things are obviously going to get more heated here in the next 3 episodes, but these first 3 episodes have just been super chill. You're just chilling with them at a tournament, dude, and you're seeing everything that we haven't seen before. We're seeing the vendors and the armor and the blacksmith, and
I just like that they buy like they're eating, they're buying food, like they're just walking around like chewing on like it looks like a leek, I guess. Maybe it's like a charred or cooked leek, or
I don't know. I thought that was like a sausage wrapped
I know, but
in
it was
something.
like green or something. Yeah, maybe it was like sausage wrapped in like a almost like like a leek or something. Like but yeah, just the fact that they're like walking around with almost like what you do at a fair, right?
Yeah,
like you got your big piece of food, you bought it from the vendor, and you're just kind of walking around camps, just seeing what's going on.
And the food, man.
Oh,
I got a point. The cooking breakfast scene. I've never seen a goose egg before. Those things are not appetizing looking. Like that's the biggest yolk I've ever seen outside of like an ostrich egg. Like that thing is massive. Like when they crack those into the frying pan, I'm like, oh.
You know, like that deep yellow yolk.
No.
Well, they're making a sandwich, man. It's an egg sandwich.
It did. The sandwich did look good. I'll give them that. Kind of ancient, crusty bread. I mean, the food looked good, I thought.
Yeah.
Just the egg was kind of off-putting.
Yeah, I just like that they're always eating. And this, it's just real campy vibes. And you know, even in the toward the end there, when he goes off with the one kind of like red tunic dude, his little buddy that has a douchebag brother. Like that really was like, other than like showing that the Targaryen son is like a douchebag, right? Because like Dunk was basically saying like, I can't believe like my Squire said he purposely did that to the horse.
Yeah.
And he gets like a little belligerent. He's like, yeah, he did purposely do that.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, every Game of Thrones show needs its prick prince or king, right? And we definitely have it here. And I, for the life of me, feel like I have seen this actor somewhere that plays him, but I cannot place it. And I looked up his like wiki page, and he's not really in anything that I remember watching. So I don't know if he just looks like somebody.
Yeah, he definitely looks like somebody, but I mean, he looks like a Targaryen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I like him so far. I mean, he has little personality quirks. Like he's kind of quiet and like obviously very kind of like full of himself and stuff. But even like whether it's like his like unassuming smirk at Dunk the first time he meets him, it's like, oh, knighthood has fallen. And just like the way he kind of like carries himself, I just like how they're able to kind of strike the same thing, but like a slightly different flavor, I guess, when it comes to your kind of your prick princes.
Yeah. And I like so he gives me vibes of like really wishing the family still had dragons, right? Like his armor's all dragon. I get that that's their sigil and that's everything the Targaryens
but he's really pissed about the whole dragon.
He's real pissed about the dragon thing. His horse, if you look at the armor on his horse, it's all dragon themed armor. And we know obviously the Targaryens don't have any dragons in this era. This is post House of the Dragon. But yeah, I don't know. I just I hope we see more of like how the Targaryens are handling ruling without their dragons, because it's been such a quintessential part of their rule, right? Like it's how they took over Westeros. It's how they ruled over it for hundreds of years. And now they're gone, right? And you would think that, and I know they ruled for at least a couple hundred years after the dragons were gone, but you would think they would have had more resistance at some point, you know?
Well, I mean, obviously Game of Thrones is 200 years after, House of the Dragon, right? Even less than that. So we're talking about a handful of generations. And I would say, I think it's fair that like, obviously in House of the Dragon, they are the dominant royal family. Like there's just no contenders. Obviously everyone's like lords and different, factions and lands, but just really less of a factor just because there's the Targaryens and they have their dragons. Whereas like I feel like in this period, right, we are kind of seeing the the formation or like the emergence of more of the feudal kind of style lifestyle, because I think the Targaryens are immensely powerful without dragons, and you can't just oust a family like that from power. So, I mean, this is probably where all the other factions are. They're gaining some strength. It just takes time, right? But like they're
Yeah.
still the dominant house. But like within 80 years, right, all but like 2 generations, they're not. Right.
Yeah.
Finally, Robert's rebellion it flips that token over.
Yeah. It's just they, even though through at least like season 1 of House of the Dragon, it's like a peaceful time. Like they're ruling everything really well, right? But also in this episode, whoever the red tunic dude is talks about them burning the country, and that's really what they've done through. Even starting from Aegon's conquest, they burnt all of Westeros, right?
Well,
and then obviously the Dance of the Dragons, House of the Dragon War probably burned a lot of it as well.
yeah.
So it's like you would think that like after all this crap and hundreds of years of them having these powerful animals that ruled over everybody and they burnt all their enemies and now they're gone, you would think somebody would be like,
I think
now it's our
there.
time.
Yeah, they're getting there. And I think that's what this like era kind of is, all these different knights and evolving factions, but also they're still in charge and they're holding it together, right? And I think this is where it shifts from holding it together to not holding it together, right? Because in House of the Dragon, like you said, it was like airtight ship, like everything was just the way it was and they were in charge. And I think probably after this point, like it's going to be not held together, right? This is kind of the start of that, maybe. And that the way he like was kind of ticked about that, it's almost like, I guess, maybe like, I mean, think about House of the Dragon is like 100 years before this, so it's almost like saying at some point like a World War II grievance to us, what I mean? Where they're like his grandfather was probably like burned alive by a dragon by the Targaryens, and that's just like a family grudge that they've held for all but like 50 to 100 years.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I don't think we're gonna see a lot of like, at least not in this season, kind of the inner workings of all the different houses and stuff. I think we're going to be at this tournament for probably the entire season, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that's something they play into a little bit moving forward to later seasons, because, like I said, that's always at least we haven't really started a new Game of Thrones centric show that many times. We've just had House of the Dragon and this. But that's always, for me, like the most interesting part of everything is seeing where everybody is and whatever, what house is powerful and what houses from characters that were like drunks in Game of Thrones, like homeless drunks. And then here we have they're like an actual house, right? The who is it? Dondarrions.
Yeah.
So that's always the interesting thing. So I almost would like that the House of the Dragon cold opening where they just do that, you know what I mean? Where they're just like, here's everything that's going on.
Basically like the detailed like lordship map of Westeros, where we're just kind of looking at each of the houses and where they're from. That would be helpful context. But we only have 30 minutes and the intro would take 3. We're already at like 10% of the episode gone. Yeah. And kind of like there's the prophecy too, the fortune teller lady. And again, I love Dunk and Egg playing off of each other, where Dunk's like, yeah, this is just, stupid fun. He knows the game. But like she legit tells Egg's like fortune, and Egg is just like freaked out. Probably one is a scary like fortune to tell, but also probably one he like rightfully fears.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I love that. It's funny to watch them, because it's almost like, even though Egg is the kid and he does have his kid moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's more of an adult than Dunk is. Like Dunk is the kid.
Intellectually he's the adult.
Yeah. So it was cool to see him take like almost offense to her reading of his future, which if I had to bet, is probably exactly what happens to him, which is interesting. But yeah, and I'm glad we got a little magic character in here too. You know what I mean? Just sneaking right through, a little fortune teller that happened to nail it on the head.
Those darn Targaryen prophecies,
yeah,
creeping up
Dragon
everywhere.
Dreams, yep.
And I think it was in this. There's a few like moments where, like even clearly, Egg is showing that like he knows quite a bit. Like he corrected Dunk. He thought he could enter the list that day. No, it's like duh. Like it's just day one. And it really has that kind of like at the races vibe where like there's tons of events, there's like rules, there's the order of things. Like we're still in like the pregame before like the actual like night on night jousting begins, right? We're kind of just, and we see that in the jousting scene too, where they kind of like pick the night that they're dueling. Like I don't know if they're like getting their placements. I don't know. They don't really tell us much about what's going on, but I like to think that these are some sort of pre-games that kind of either just obviously there's ones for entertainment, but like figure out where in the field you'll land. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or if that is it. Like because they have mentioned a few times like you can't like in the first episode where the master of the games is like, how would it be if some random like farmer like challenged the Baratheon, to a if there's princes about and it go like wrong. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I have always been curious about that because they do that in House of the Dragon as well, where Daemon walks up and picks the High Tower son.
Yeah. Right.
So I think it is like you pick your competitor, but I would like to know like who gets the top seed. You know what I mean? Who gets to do the picking versus being the one that's being picked.
Right. And I get like obviously, and that's the other thing. Like this Targaryen prince, he's still like the first Targaryen that we've seen at least, right? I assume there's going to be at least one more Targaryen that's participating in the joust, but I don't know. I like this like little mini thing of like a race or like some sort of game, a sport that I'm trying to like just pick up on the details of like how is this exactly unfolding.
Yeah. Well, we saw his cousin or whatever that he talks to first and says
right.
I think we'll see him.
Not you. I won't like
I won't embarrass you
today.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's him too, right? So I don't know. I doubt the dads are jousting.
No, I doubt it. Yeah, they're sitting up in their little press box watching everything.
Just like great grandfather.
Yep.
200 years ago or 100. But yeah, I enjoyed the jousting, even though it was dirty and underhanded.
Very dirty. Yeah. I'm not here. What did he do? Not here for it.
He dodged the first one, which I was like, that's really dumb. Like he just like leaned him and made him almost fall off his horse.
Yeah.
And then he just puts the lance right through the poor horse's neck.
Yeah.
I did like that they were like the crowd kind of like rushed the field.
Yeah, they were bad, man. Yeah. This started a riot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I would have been there, I probably would have been the same way. Like, I don't like animals getting hurt. Like, I know it's weird, but I don't think it's weird for that. But like, if I see like a human get hurt, I'm like, nah, yeah, whatever. If I see an animal get hurt, I'm like very, very upset about it. I don't know where that comes from. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are like that. Even though this isn't really, he's not really getting hurt. It still got me. You know what I mean? Marley didn't die at the end of Marley and Me, but that movie made me cry. So yeah, just a dirty freaking move, and just shows how much of a dirtbag he is. Like he's just going to kill the horse and try to knock. And you almost have to think that he did it. He certainly did it on purpose, but for what end? Like to try and hurt him so he's out of the tournament?
That's what I don't kind of get, because aren't there rules? And you would think like both those moves are like non-qualifying winning moves. So it's like, does this matter? Like that's almost what I don't understand. It was like, is there literally just no rules in terms of obviously I don't know how you go back from, or even like back then if that was intentional or not, I don't know. But it's not like they have referees, so
Right. Yeah.
But it almost feels like it did like this stage doesn't matter because that was just a dirty, stupid like moves to do.
Yeah, but I think that's maybe the point and the reason that he did it. He knew that if he beat him straight up, doesn't matter, he's still going to be in the tournament. But if he hits his horse and then he falls and breaks his leg, now he's probably going to be out of the tournament. I don't have to worry about this guy anymore. Maybe this dude's supposed to be, the top seed moving into day 2, and he wants to take him out.
Yeah, it's just weird that then though, so many layers. But then again, like I don't know, I feel like there's more notable because obviously like the Baratheon, the Laughing Storm, he's probably much more like A tier. Jousting. He's not going to get picked on in the first
right
of these days. So I'm excited to see him because I keep seeing his clip here and his like golden armor, which is cool. That he has like, I don't know, for a Baratheon, and like he's kind of like drunk laughing with his like antler crown all the time, but like he has this very like serious deck of armor. Almost kind of like a gold cloak or just a very armored knight. Not like the Baratheons we've seen, who are much more like kind of. I mean, well, I guess Stannis definitely had armor. I don't know. They just feel a little bit looser. He's got like this full like Centaurian like get up going, where the other Baratheons I always feel like are a little bit more, leather straps and plate, but still normal gaps and stuff for like movement.
Yeah, it's interesting because I mean, when you look at Stannis was broke basically, right? So he's probably not going to have a good set of armor. Who Renly was maybe well off, but didn't have really good armor, and we never saw Robert's armor. We see there's pictures of it in this book actually, and it's pretty sick. But I was a little underwhelmed. Like I thought I was gonna love the Targaryen armor here in our background. I love everything except for the front, the face part of it. I was like, it's like a actual face with a nose, and like, I was just like, it's all right.
It's kind of more. It's more demon like than it is dragon like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And sorry, but then like it looks like feathers to me.
It
the
does.
Top, like hair, like almost like Super Saiyan like hair.
Yeah.
It looks just like wavy and not like horns or anything. So it's definitely an interesting get up. He's definitely more for the flash and flare, and obviously that's how his hair is styled as well. Kind of got that spike thing going. I don't know. Yeah. Cool though. But like it just sucked because I was like, ooh, some jousting, and then like it's just like dirty dirtbag Prince like being rude. And I wonder too, like obviously, like I don't know. See, this is what things I always wonder too, when like how much do we project like modern concepts onto like old times? So like were there people like Dunk who would probably like beat the shit out of someone if they were like being unkind to an animal, right? Something like that back then, or was it just like whatever, like that sucks? Like were there animal lovers to the point where like they were serious about it, especially back then?
I'm sure that there were. I don't think that's a modern concept by any stretch, but also at the same time, like they were bringing their horses into war and stuff, so it's not like they, you know what I mean? So I guess it depends on the animal.
But like in this context though, like he intentionally did it, so it's like it's not like during a joust like horses do get hurt. They expect that, it's part of the game. It's just like people get hurt, but when you just drive the lance through the neck, like I mean that's why the crowd was maybe pissed a little bit.
I think it's that, and I think it's just the fact that it was a dirty move that probably knocked him out of the tournament. Like he probably broke his leg when the horse fell on him. Mm-hmm. So it's just a dirty way to win. It's also a dirty way to knock somebody out, presumably maybe like a top contender in this tournament that everybody was betting on or going for, and he gets taken out in this dirty fashion with a lance through his horse's neck after the dodge. Like he's just toying with them. You know what I mean?
The Dodgers ridiculous.
I thought. Yeah, I was like, what? Like,
I was like,
and the crowd hated it too. Yeah, the crowd hated it too.
You can do that?
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah,
I do that every time because these guys are trying to, put a little bit of force behind it. If you just dodge, they're gonna. Whoop.
I mean, I guess then it's like boxing. Like you can just dodge the whole time.
Yeah.
But like, you're not gonna be a favorite at the joust. It's almost like a race with no wrecks. Like they're cool, but
right. Yeah.
He's a match every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Safe action.
Exactly. Yeah, I got my partner works a big hockey guy, so we watch hockey all the time. I hate hockey. Okay, can't stand it. And everybody that likes it at the department is like, "Oh, just watch it for the fights." And I'm like, "Go watch UFC." Like, why are you watching? I've watched hockey for the past 2 years since we started full time, and I've seen one fight in hockey. It's not like a thing it's not like an accident in NASCAR. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like such a lazy excuse of why you like hockey. You watch it for the fights. The one fight that happens every 3 years.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah. It's definitely like, I can see why people would like watch different racing for like the wrecks and stuff because it just happens.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of other stuff going on, but you have to like hockey to some degree. You don't just watch hockey for the fight. If you want to see fights, there's many of other things to
go watch actual fighters fight.
And that's the other thing, like a car wreck, you can't really watch car wrecks happen anywhere else. Like you can watch fights happen a lot of different places. Dude, so if you want to see car wrecks, you got to watch a race of some sort so that you're invested a little bit.
Yeah. I tell you what I would certainly watch every single time it was on is if they did something like that, like jousting. And dude, I'd be all over. I'd be on DraftKings every day betting on these guys. Like, oh yeah, Sir Hans is gonna win tonight, man.
Crap. So it's like the horse races, but like just jousting.
Just jousting, yeah.
But we're not that mean to horses. We wouldn't put them in that sort of danger.
Yeah, that's the problem. They'd have to be on like remote horses, like on a track. Like just a motorcycle basically that you sit on and go. That way it's just the human that's going to get hurt, not an actual animal.
Yeah, but then you put enough rules around that and then it's kind of just like American Ninja Warrior, but like you're just like riding a mechanical thing with like hard foam lances.
Yeah.
And before you know that, you're just kind of on Nickelodeon and it just isn't going to work. I'm sure people have thought about it, but they're like, I'm can't land it.
There are people that do. Yeah, I'm sure that this is done either in reenactments or because I've seen there's videos of people in full knight armor fighting with like dulled weapons. Let me tell you, if you haven't watched any of those, you should go watch. Dude, dull weapon or not, it looks violent. Like it's like, how are these people not getting injured? Like they have to be getting injured. And they're like it's not.
They're able to do it in such a way where they're not murdering each other.
Yeah. No, this isn't like a reenactment thing. This is like straight fighting.
Yeah.
What's
that Shia LaBeouf movie where he's like in that like he's in the backyard like wrestling?
Oh, it's
in like Florida or North Carolina or something.
Peanut butter.
Oh yeah,
Peanut Butter Falcon or something like that.
Yeah, Peanut Butter Falcon. Yeah. You got to find something like that. There's somewhere in the world we have like some local, like almost like the car derbies where they like smash into each other.
Yeah, demolition derbies.
Yeah, like a demo derby. Just somewhere they got to have.
Oh, they guarantee it,
especially in Europe. You know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I bet we can find it online if we look hard enough.
For sure.
There's a YouTube channel dedicated to amateur but like accurate jousting.
Yeah. I'll look it up and then the algorithm will catch me and like every other video will be people jousting.
You're gonna find out that it's a very serious sport actually.
And like it's an actual thing. Yeah.
Very deep rabbit hole. Whence you'll never come back from. Jousting.
But that's what I need. I need like a rule book. I need to look at like what the rules are here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I always assumed it was if you fell off your horse, okay, you lost. But we saw in episode 2, the dude fell off his horse and then was able to get back onto the horse. So, but
that
like
was
we
crazy.
said,
that was like a relay. That was like a relay game where they were just racing to get back on.
Yeah. It was like the opening ceremony. That's what we chalked that up to.
It's kind of like a free for all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Kicking off the weekend. Yeah, maybe by next episode we'll have to come back with some jousting rule pointers to try to piece some of this together.
Yeah, I think
jousting expert,
there's definitely an expert
reviews
out
A Night at Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that video has already been done. Yeah. I'm sure that video has already been done. I do want to talk a little bit about Egg in this episode because he's just, dude, this kid is so adorable. And some of the questions, like, he's like, is it weird that I have black hair growing out of my stones?
It's weird that you're telling me.
It's weird that you're that one got me laughing out loud. Just how casually, and then the fact that he called it stones, I thought were hilarious. He's just adorable. His little song that he sings is adorable.
I was trying to listen to that really closely. I'm like, what are you singing about, bud?
It's so I don't know if they talked about it in the post episode. Is there a post episode thing on this?
Oh, I haven't been watching. If there are, I feel bad.
Yeah, I think there is. I don't think I've been watching him though. But yeah, he's singing. I think about like the Blackfire Rebellion, is what he's singing about. But yeah, he's just freaking adorable. And then he has this quick flip of the hat where he can become very serious and very, noble. You know what I mean? Highborn. So yeah, this kid, he's a great actor.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like, he definitely in this episode really shows like he knows his stuff, and Dunk, you can see it. Like, Dunk is curious, like, who is this kid? Like, why does he know all this stuff? But like, Dunk also finds it immensely helpful. Because he's just explaining things that Dunk clearly needs to know, and he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, glad you're here to tell me these things." But like the suspicion there is subtly growing, I think, in this episode, and obviously just opens right up at the end there. He's just kind of staring him, and like, I don't know, that look he got at the end there, like Dunk seemed like, I don't know, like horrified, like maybe terrified for his life, confused, betrayed, all the above, honored.
Yeah. For sure. But you would think you would be relieved in the situation that he's in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's certainly going to be put to death, right? If Egg doesn't step in here. Like, they say something about, the prince says, you loosened one of my teeth, so we'll start by knocking all ears out.
They're going to curb stomp him.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? I have like
they
PTSD.
see American History X.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, dude. I have like flashbacks to watching American History X and how traumatizing that was when I was younger. But yeah, I don't know. They're like curb stomping him on like a piece of wood, though.
No, I feel like maybe like
that's just going to be more painful than anything. I don't think it's going to knock your teeth out, right?
I mean, what's pretty hard, and
the thing about a curb is that it's got a 90-degree angle. That's gonna. That's gonna break your jaw.
It was like the stage. It was like the front of the stage.
Yeah,
it's gonna break something. Maybe they have to kick it a few times.
Yeah, and it's just this is what I'm talking about. Like, he comes into this thing and he sees this story being told about what I believe is an actual dragon being killed, right? Like an actual story that she's telling, and has this kind of reaction to it, and nobody is like, wait a second, like what is going on here? We're upset about the horse getting stabbed through the throat, that we rushed the stage, but then a girl's getting her fingers broken up on stage, and everybody's just like, oh
yeah, but what are they gonna do? He's the prince.
I mean, I don't care.
What were they gonna do though? What were they gonna do at the joust? Like, tackle him and like kill him? Like, why don't they do that here?
Yeah. Oh, also, not to go backwards, but we did get to see the Kingsguard helmets. Pretty underwhelmed by
yeah,
them.
when they rode out
Yeah.
onto they were
Yeah.
Knights of the White City, Minas Tirith.
Yeah. It is. I don't know. I didn't like the unicorn horn thing or whatever they got going on the top of their helmet.
I'd have to look at it again.
Yeah, you can see it. It's just like a straight horn, literally like a unicorn horn on top of the helmet. Sorry, I meant to
They're
point that
fancy
out because I said
Kingsguard.
they are. And I love the white. I love the white armor. I think it's sweet. I like anything that's, like my water bottles are white. Every phone I've ever bought is white. I just like the color white.
Yeah,
that probably came across.
PlayStation 5's white.
PlayStation 5's, yeah. I just like the, it's just sweet.
Actually, I just got a new controller and I got the silver one. It's so cool.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just cool. It's not. I wanted the PS1 style.
Oh yeah, one, that gray. Yeah,
you have to get it aftermarket. I missed the.
Yeah, my cousin got
because
one.
that thing's awesome. Yeah, but this one's like really basically cool. If you want that but don't want to like spend the money to find that, this one's a perfectly good runner up.
Yeah,
it's got good feel to it, good weight. I like it better than the camo one.
I got the Pro controller for Christmas.
Ooh.
And man, it's very
worth
nice. Yeah, I think now I got it as a Christmas gift. I don't know if I would have bought it.
What's the extra stuff it has? I mean, I know it has more buttons.
You can change. You can put paddles.
You swap out the Joy-Cons.
You can switch that out. It comes with a beautiful case to carry it in. Not that I travel with my, not that I'm going to take it anywhere ever, but it's still sweet. But that holds all the paddles and stuff. And then you can adjust the triggers. So how far the triggers pull, it's like a switch in the back. So if you want it to like just press like the
Horizon, like long versus like Call of Duty, like
yep, exactly.
Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, it's a hefty controller. It just feels great in the hands. But yeah, the armor is sick. Who were the guards at the end? Because those weren't King's guards that wrestled him up. Who are those guys?
I would say they're probably just like either
tournament guards,
his thugs, maybe, right? Like who he rode in with. Though it was King's guard, but like, either private, I'll say private, but like just Targaryen soldiers, right? Like you'd have Lannister soldiers, just like they're grunt ones, not necessarily King's guard. Because King's guard too, like it's not like the Gold Cloak period where there's hundreds of them and they're like a small army. So I would just call them. I just took those as Targaryen soldiers that he gets to boss around.
Yeah. So I do have to point out that did you watch the trailer for the next episode? Okay. All right. Then I'll save it because I'm very excited about where we're going. Here because it's something that we have heard about specifically in those history and lores videos, but we have not seen yet. So I'm very excited. But since you didn't watch it, it's coming next episode. We'll talk about it next episode.
Tight.
But yeah, overall, man, I think super strong episode. I think we have a very compelling story brewing here now that he bitch slapped the little prick prince.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And good for him. I'm glad he did. Yeah. I kind of thought that it was going to be it was going to be like those, he's freaking out and those three guys grab him. I thought it was going to be like a freaking Hulk move where he just throws it and it never came. Which is probably good. He's already in enough trouble. Like they were going to curb stomp him, so maybe he should chill out a little bit. But yeah, Egg coming in, saving the day, revealing his identity.
So I mean, he just like automatically has the power to like basically stop his brother. I mean, because like, is that just like a, what do the guards do in that case? You know what I mean? Like, what's the rules for when you got two princes at odds? It's like, all right, which one do we listen to?
Yeah.
That one we're doing exactly what he says, but that one said to stop.
Yeah. I
Calling
think it's
Dad.
probably going to be, yeah. And that's what he says that too, like they'll have to answer to my dad. I do have to point out that when Dunk goes back into the tent with the red tunic dude, that's just what we're going to call him from now on, because I don't know what his name is. Again, the cider comes up. I'm so curious about the cider, what the cider is that they're drinking here. It just sounds so good. Anytime I don't drink alcohol, so anytime I hear cider, I think of apple cider. I'm like, they're certainly not drinking apple cider, right? But
not in that case.
Not in that case. But he does kind of go through, and this is another big drop of a hint of who Egg actually is in the episode. He goes through the kind of brothers, and the one brother, the third brother, I think he said it was being sent to the Citadel to become a maester, and that is
Egg.
The dude. No, that's Aemon, the maester from Game of Thrones.
Oh, right.
On
the Night's Watch.
Yeah, the Night's Watch.
Who is he in this one?
He's one of the brothers.
Which one?
Aemon. He's not there. He was sent to the Citadel.
Oh, okay. He isn't one of the
three. We haven't seen him yet. Yeah.
He's not Egg's brother.
He is Egg's brother.
Oh, dang. He's got 3 brothers.
Yeah.
At least.
Which is super interesting. And totally probably would have been missed by most people because they just kind of breeze over it. Like, yeah, one of the brothers got sent to the Citadel, but that is him, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, I'm curious to see where Dunk's going to go. He's certainly, I think, heading for a cell of some sort.
Well, no, not so. I mean, something has to. I don't know. I mean, I'm just assuming he gets the joust. Something has to propel him, and I think it's the fact that either when a prince happens to be your squire, it has certain perks that you just get versus like Egg, vouching for him, right? I imagine he's going to get like a solid armor upgrade, and all of a sudden, like his status is going to rise here for the tourney. Now with his his relationship to Egg and Egg outing himself, so that must be it. And that's kind of how we make this jump here, where he's like barely keeping it together, and he's just kind of going in on the list on a wish and a prayer. Versus, like, I'm pretty sure if he's who I think he is in like the trailer, like basically the flat metal like steel looking knight who's just like kind of stacked. I assume that's him. They don't really show his face. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he's going to get some perks here, hang out with Egg.
I think he's definitely going to get some perks, yeah, for sure.
And Dunk has made good impressions all around if you're not a complete asshat, right? Yeah. So, like, Baratheon, like, knows and loves him, right? He made a decent impression on Egg's uncle. So, yeah. And then, we almost skipped this. The Master of the Games.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We did almost skip that.
He had a little private meeting with Dunk. Was he asking him to like pick a certain person, like to rig it?
Yeah. So I think what the plan is that guy. It's like classic like hustling. So that guy is gonna win all his jousts, so that the odds on him go up for the betting. And then when they get to Dunk, he's gonna throw it for Dunk.
Sick.
And I liked that Dunk was like, I don't want to win a fight that I haven't earned, which is cool because you would think, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that. At least I'll win one, right? But Dunk is always proving to be the most honorable person here, right? Very Brienne of Tarth, honorable. So, yeah, I don't think he's about it. He doesn't really give him a straight answer. He sees him later in the episode. He kind of tries to avoid him. They kind of lock eyes for a second. But, yeah, super interesting. I love that also that when that dude came to call for him, he did the like, yeah, yeah. I was like, what is with this guy?
He's just got
He's got some sinus
the
problems,
gunk, man.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I assume. Yeah, I mean, I assume that he's
makes
gonna
sense.
joust, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, I get the setup now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're trying to rig it.
Why, he'd pick him too, because he's kind of not got much to go on. He needs the money. It's not like his honor can say no.
Yeah.
So he sees the benefit. He's like, both like, oh, that seems a little dirty, but gonna make some money and some coin. And like you said, just win at least one. It can't hurt. It's not like he's gonna win the tourney on like, some cheating.
Right. And that might be, if you're looking at it as Dunk, right? The way that they're setting this up is that this guy is going to be the dude to beat at the tournament, so that the odds are the highest, so that when Dunk unseats him eventually, people make a lot of money, right? But if you're looking at that as like from Dunk's perspective, you have to think like this is the prime opportunity for me. Like this guy is going to be the guy to beat, and he's going to take a fall, and I'm going to beat him. This is why I'm here. Yeah, sure, it's maybe not very honorable, and I'd like to just do it straight up. But he doesn't, I think he's getting a little, I think he's getting scared watching some of the stuff, because some of these guys are really good. I think he got scared watching the opening games.
Yep. And I think in this scene too, like just like the intensity of it, like he realizes he's got to do this, and it's kind of like being at a race, and like you're on like just like behind the wall, and you're watching, you're like, oh, I literally have to now go do that, right? Be like us watching NASCAR, and not fans, but like no matter what your level of experience is driving, I am sure if you're just kind of the first time ever on the track in a NASCAR or any like F1 car, like even if you are a very skilled driver and like even a racer, if you have not been in that entire like setting, it's a whole different game.
So I'll tell you, it's jarring to even sit in one of those cars, those NASCARs.
Oh yeah, I've been in NASCAR. Those things are.
Yeah, we used to have one at actually the car dealership that Mike and I used to work out together. Yeah. We used to have one that we would put out front every day, and it sucked because you couldn't run it. So everybody had to push you, and somebody had to get in and steer this powerless steering thing all the way to the front of the lot. But it's jarring being inside of there. So just the fact of being in that saddle at the moment, right? It's the same thing, being in the saddle at the start of the joust. And he's got a weak stomach, as we've seen, right? He said he was throwing up all day. We saw his weak stomach the very first scene of the show where he's having diarrhea behind the tree. I think when he gets nervous, he gets the bubble guts, right?
He has Crohn's disease.
He's got Crohn's. Yeah, he's got Crohn's. So yeah, I mean, it seems like a fair thing that whether you're honorable or not, you're going to be like, this is what I came here for. I'm trying to get taken under the wing. I think Egg's probably going to be the one that does that. We're going to get a role switch here now that we know who Egg is in the show, where he was just the squire and he was kind of the underling. Now Dunk can kind of be the bodyguard or whatever he takes over. Right. But you got to get there, right? And punching the brother probably didn't help the case, but thankfully the little kid stepped in. And I think to go talk about like how they're going to handle that, how you said earlier, like what son do we listen to? You can tell that even the prince, the heir to the throne, whatever his name is, I haven't learned a lot of these names yet. You can tell that he is like annoyed or embarrassed by the horse antics at the joust and seeing how the crowd reacted, right? So Egg comes back and is like, my, jerk brother was breaking some little girl's fingers, and Dunk punched him in the face. So he's probably going to be like, oh, it sounds like him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if like also Egg, because he is so kind of witty and sharp, if he does carry some favor with his like father, or at least family, right? Just because he's on the run hiding from them doesn't mean like he's in ill favor with, you know, the adults in the family. So, and even being like the youngest brother too, like maybe he's also just the youngest brother, and this is like the middle brother who just gets like the short end of both worlds, because you know, from his older, but then that might be the edge there too, why he's just like a prick.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah, because he's getting it both ways. The younger brothers are being babied, the older brothers are being a jerk to him, so he's the jerk middle. So yeah, it makes sense actually.
And he's definitely like more of just like the cruel nature, whereas like Egg is also smart. Or no, Egg is just like smart, right? He's just sharp, he's witty, he knows a lot of things, whereas like his brother here is just mostly cruel. He doesn't really particularly show any like intelligence other than being like a trickster, you know?
Yeah, right.
So like his brother probably does outsmart him in a lot of situations, and he knows whatever this goes down to, like he's like his brother's going to work the table here on him.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, I'm sure we're gonna find out what Egg's purpose was,
right?
Here, exactly. You know what I mean? Because it sounded like they were on the way to that tournament already, and that's why they were, you know, at that inn at the beginning. So why?
Well, new thought. So him and his brother were probably going right where they were going, but probably Egg, the reason why he still wanted to get there was because he generally wants to go. Like he was excited to go, but his brother either was going to be in it or has like some other purpose that he wants to like run away from for this thing. So to both go, but not out his brother who's still at the inn getting drunk, he's gonna be in hiding.
Yeah, so, that could be it. Yeah.
So now that he's outed, he is gonna have to be like, when they're like, "Well, where's your brother?" And he's like, "Yeah." Lost him.
Lost him.
So that might explain why he was both in hiding, but also wanting to get there like ASAP.
Right. Yeah.
Because he kind of seems like a kid that like likes the sport.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's
into it.
Big fan.
He's like cheering and like.
Yeah.
He's got all the facial expressions of the kid in the stands.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll be curious to see what the explanation there is. And it could just be, you know, his brother's just a drunk and they probably never were going to get to the tournament because he's just going to stay in that inn drinking. And he was like, all right, I'm going to go. It's not safe to travel alone. And I'm going to shave my head and act like a stable boy and hope one of these knights that are coming through the inn on the way to the tournament needs a Squire.
His brother was like, what'd you do with your hair?
Yeah.
Like, why are you bald?
In the night we didn't talk about him, but the night that kind of comes up on him while he's training the horses says the same thing. Like, what'd you do? I don't know if he knew him or recognized him.
What did he say about him? He knew him. Like, he recognized him.
Yeah.
From like almost like a Dale Earnhardt kind of figure.
Yeah.
He's like just like a well-known but like retired jouster knight. Situation.
Yeah. I think Egg definitely knew him, but I was wondering if the knight recognized him.
So also when he was in that, I thought about it when he's training one of the brown horses. He definitely probably sold his white horse because he did not want his white horse to die.
Oh yeah, fair. Yeah.
And he was like, I'll ransom you back when I win. So it's almost like it's almost like a pawn shop, like put up your valuables for some money to get through this part of your life, and then I'm gonna buy them back though because I care about those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, after this episode, I was like,
I
was like, oh yeah, like Dunk probably does not want his best buddy horse to take a lance through the neck.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Yeah. Also, the night flashback of him getting that stick stuck in his eye when they showed how he lost his eye.
Oh yeah,
I was like, jeez. He's like riding.
I forgot all about that because I looked. I'm like, his eye's hanging out of his skull.
Yeah,
I'm like, jeez.
I mean, we've seen multiple times just how violent some of these things can become. You know, the one dude in Game of Thrones gets a lance through the throat. early season of Game of Thrones. So, maybe that's why it's not a popular sport on ESPN today.
Yeah, it's done in backyards and with enthusiasts who take care not to murder each other and kill their horses.
Yeah.
Well, also, let's not forget, I don't know if this will affect our release schedule or not, but it will be many days between the next release, which is Friday, actually, this Friday, not Sunday, because they don't want to compete with the Super Bowl, which is fair. I figure like Saturday, but Game of Thrones Friday, I think that's fair.
I'm here
fair
for it.
For me.
Yeah, I'm here
so,
for it.
That's a reminder to everyone. I just happened to see that. I would have missed it if I didn't see it in my feed.
Yeah. They in the trailer for the next episode they mentioned it. It said they actually said early on Friday.
Nice.
Which is exciting. And
I need to watch the after
should release
Friday.
Yeah, no, early.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, just drop it.
Yeah. Well,
day of. I know you're a big fan of the
since there is no intro. They should just release this like all day because it's also they've already established it's not it's not a premiere like Game of Thrones. It's a sub series because it's shorter, it's comical, lighter. But I also the intro 9 p.m. Sundays. They should do like Fridays.
Yeah, I agree. And move it back to 9, please. I wonder how do they gauge like viewership if they release it like that, though? If they were just to release it, because with a first season of show, they're probably trying to gauge like if it's doing well by viewership.
Yeah,
I feel like if you just drop the episode, you have to wait like all weekend to see what the viewership is like.
Well,
versus seeing who
I think they treat it as first day. It's just the different approach of like, do you compress it all into like a small 3-hour window at the end of the day where people are going to be home and like in their chairs ready to watch? I think that is a certain type of metric when you get that sort of viewership, which is like a bonus of interest to the next day being Monday. Like, what kind of viewership do they then get over the next 24 hours versus that first 3 hours? Because like obviously like Game of Thrones, like you had 10 for how many millions of people would watch that like Sunday night, and like that's more of like an old school like barometer on like how much interest there is versus like the Netflix style like number 1 today, number 1 this week, like
right,
continuous numbers.
I
wonder actually I haven't looked at any numbers for this. I wonder how that's doing.
I hope it's doing good, man, because I want this to stick around for sure. And this will be a good like in between House of the Dragon. Oh, also before we stop the episode, House of the Dragon season 4 was picked up, and it is going to be the final season of the show.
I did see that really briefly. I didn't click it though.
Which is exciting. That means we're moving in summertime to the penultimate season of the show, which is exciting.
Yeah, season 3. Yeah. It should get rowdy.
Hope so.
That was our drag on it. Season 2 is that didn't quite get all the way there.
Yeah. Almost there.
Right there. And then they're making 4 seasons of this. They kind of feeling like 4 seasons is the vibe for these Game of Thrones series. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Even though these are short stories, they're going over the course of many, 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 many years. So I don't know what the plan is. Yeah, if he actually does what he says he wants to do, I mean, we're looking at 12 seasons of this. There's no way.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're gonna. There's no way. That's just not practical.
It's not. I don't think it is. Yeah.
Game of Thrones would. No, that's just.
He's just trying to line himself up a job for the next 25 years.
Yeah. HBO is like, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
But no. So like 5 years in, they're like, picked up for a second season, but like you're like, of what?
Yeah. But I'll be curious to see what the release schedule for the seasons is, because if we're doing big time jumps, you're gonna have to change actors, right? Dunk can maybe stay. He can maybe get some prosthetics.
Okay,
thrown
not
on him
10
to make-
years, but like 3 to 5 years they can do, because it takes them 3 to 5 years to make a Stranger Things season. So
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
not unheard. And
Right.
maybe that's where he got the idea of like technically they almost did that with Stranger Things, but with
Yeah.
the wrong subject matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean you give Egg, 3 to 5 years, and
Yeah.
like
He's gonna be. Yeah.
he can play a 30-year-old him.
Oh, for sure. For
Um
sure.
20s, 10 years, 20s. Yeah,
Yeah.
so late teens or 20s. So yeah, give him 3 to 5 years, and we'll have a bunch of other Game of Thrones stuff in between now and then.
Yeah, and we saw how the prosthetics worked with the king in House of the Dragon. They made him look like he was, 90 something years old. So,
well, yeah, there's gonna be like 6 years by the time they do 4 seasons of this, unless they're real snappy about it. And then you just wait another 4 years, then you'll have your 10-year,
your 10-year, yeah.
10-year glide. So doable. I guess I don't think we sit around thinking about our IPs in terms of like decades.
Yeah, right.
Even though for our generation and like the generation before us, like we have experienced IPs for 30, 40 years now.
Yeah.
When you're talking about like, except it's not a continuous story. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, Mario's been around obviously like forever, but like that's not like a continuous like linear story we're telling.
Right.
That would be cool. Maybe that's how I was starting to think, because they're like, people they've missed the ball for the past 40 years, not doing like big setups.
One continuous, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we'll be back next week for episode 4. I have a feeling it's going to be a good one. I'm excited for 4 because kind of got a early mid-season penultimate mic drop,
for sure. Yeah,
on a cliffhanger in a 30-minute. It's like the old westerns.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for Woody's.
Yep.
And canceled.
Love it.
Outro time. Peace.